Well, hello and welcome to Producer Dan. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. Today I'm very excited to talk to you about Sketch. So Sketch is a very fun to use non-linear sequencer in ProTools and also available as an iPad application, which allows the user to arrange different samples of different types. You can use these samples from your sound library. You can also record your own audio samples directly into Sketch. Sketch also has full mixer capabilities with effects and editing tools. And you're also able to create MIDI clips by using the PlayCell or Synth Cell virtual instruments. This is free to all Pro Tools users in all subscription levels. So today I'm going to show you how I created this song step by step and how to get the most out of this application. So when you open Sketch, it will open with these cells already there, 2 audio cells and 2 instrument tracks. If you click on the instrument track, PlayCell will open up, and PlayCell gives you many different virtual instrument choices. It's included in Pro Tools. You also have the choice of Synth Cell, which is more of a synthesizer and gives you more of control in making your own sounds. I'm going to delete the 2 audio files and the instrument tracks, and we'll start from scratch. So if we come up to the upper left-hand corner, it's going to open your sound library. Let's go ahead and find some drum loops, and I'm going to choose the ones that I chose for the song. Okay, it's definitely this one, so I'll double click on that. And here it is. It opens its own little cell here in scene 1. Okay, so let's look for a couple more. Okay, definitely here in Essential EDM. Open that one. EDM loops, drum loops. We definitely use this one, so I'll double click on that. And here we are. We have 2 of those drum samples. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the samples that I chose for the song, and I'll show you how I arranged them and also how I edited them to create an interesting arrangement. Okay, so I have now collected all my clips with the exception of the instrumental clip, which I will record for you in just a moment, and also the audio clip example. The first 3 are my percussion elements. And the first thing you notice is some of them are 4 bars long and some of them are 8 bars long. So one way to get around that is to either put this on a loop, or I'm going to take it off loop and I'm going to come over to our editing tools. And this is a lot of fun. This is where you can really manipulate your clips and create something really interesting. So I'm going to choose selection, and that's going to pull up this selection guideline. And as you can see, as I move it across, it is on the grid. So I want to keep it on the grid because I want to make everything as exact as possible in this example. And here's our duplicate tool. So I'm just going to hit duplicate, and then I'm going to pull our loop line over, and then I'm going to deselect that. So now I have 8 bars of this sound. And we can do the same for this one, which I will do. And then this one is already at 8 bars long. These next clips are quite fun. This next clip and then this clip is quite fun. And then this next one. Now this element is a crash cymbal, and I'm using this as a transition element. And this is what it sounds like before we edit it. Okay, we'll come over to selection. And first you can see it kind of goes beyond the grid here. So I'm going to first choose the trim. There, we've trimmed that down. And now I'm going to choose the reverse option. And now we have a very cool transition. And we can move that to anywhere in the song. So let's see, I'll move it to the end of the 8th bar. And with this particular mouse, I have to hold down my thumb first, and then with 2 fingers, move across the top. And this element's quite fun. You can see I have edited this, and I didn't bring this back to its normal state because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get it back to this state. It would take too long. Okay, those breaks don't really show up in the song. We do have a fade in and out tool, but that only works on the beginning of the loop and at the end of the loop. So we are limited with our abilities here, our editing abilities, but I think that's when you get the most creative, is when you are limited. And this is a perfect example. Now, here's a fun element. This is a horn. This is where I had to use the pitch shift tool. Here's pitch down here at the bottom. All right. Also, in this particular clip, I had to stretch this out a little bit. Originally, it was a little quicker. So I had to use the stretch tool. So let's say I wanted to drag this out even further. Come over to stretch, and you can pull that. Actually, that's on the grid. In this case, I would take it off the grid and then pull that to how I wanted that to be. I'll show you a kind of exaggerated example of what that can do. All right, you can see how that can work. And that horn element really works with these last 2 elements together. You can see these 2 numbers are the same. That's because they are the same clip, but I changed the pitch on this one. I raised the pitch by an octave. And then this very last element, this is just a hit that I lowered. So I've lowered it 11 semitones, and now it sounds like this. and it's in key with the song. All right, so now you can see we have a lot of fun elements to work with, a lot of good percussion here at the beginning, some bass elements, some synth elements, some transition elements here. And now I'll show you how to record your instruments. So we'll just double click on this and it's going to pull up either PlayCell or Synth Cell. So PlayCell offers all kinds of different sounds. So I'm going to choose ensemble strings. Okay, so I'll just play this in a loop while we record that. And you just press the record button here and then here. So we're recording. I'll start now. And so when we double click on that, it'll show us the MIDI that we recorded. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this is where it should start down here on 1. So I'm going to kind of highlight everything and pull that all down. I'm going to erase this and just extend this one. And now we can quantize that. I'm going to select all and hit quantize. All right, the only one that didn't really work was this one, so I'll just pull that over. Okay, that's perfect. And the last thing we have to do is pull the loop bar back to 9. And we'll take that off record. And the last thing I want to show you is the recording your audio. So we'll click on this and we'll hit record. And you can see that brings up a record button here in the scene 1. And I have my 11 rack hooked up. That's a guitar amplifier modeler. And I have it coming in to input 3 and 4. All right, so we'll just quickly record some audio here on the guitar. So let's loop one of these tracks. That's our percussion. Now we'll come over to our audio track, press the record button, and then we'll press this red button, and it'll start recording for us. So let's double click on it. Let's play that. Turn that down a little bit. Let's trim this. All right, so that's the recording audio part. Let's go to one of my favorite parts of this application, and that's the mixer. I haven't shown you that. Here it is. All of these elements can be individually mixed and panned left and right, and you can add effects here at the top. There are inserts. So if we double click, our choices are chorus, compressor, crusher, delay, EQ, which is very important. When I was doing this in the beginning, I thought, am I going to be able to EQ any of these elements? And yes, you can. Lo-fi, multi-mode filter, reverb, and saturation. So I thought it'd be fun to maybe add some chorus to this guitar loop. So let's play our guitar clip. Now that we have all our elements, and I've shown you how to do some basic editing, let's do some arranging in our scenes. Our elements kind of go in rows like this, but the scenes go across this way, and you can add them like this. So we know we want to use our percussion elements here. So I'm duplicating those 3 percussion elements. Okay, and you can see they've gone this far across. So I think in scene 1, let's shorten the elements to 4 bars, because then I want it to go straight to scene 2. Okay, now let's duplicate these. So we need to add some elements here. Let's do that one. Okay, so let's pull this one down to, let's duplicate it and then pull it down to scene 2. Okay, and so we've gone this far. We can have those repeat, or I can shorten this again and have all of these just go 4 bars. Now, to make it easier, I can double click on this and duplicate scene 2. So that'll pull that down. And now we just need to add, I think, this bass element. Yes, so I'll double click on that and I'll duplicate it and pull it down so it comes in on, since I've duplicated scene 2, here's another scene 2. We can make those changes later. We can add color and rename these just for organization's sake. All right, so we can have different elements come in and out. What else do we have here? That would be kind of fun. All right, so I think we need to make these double. For this particular one, I want this scene to go the full length of 8 bars, so this can be played the full length. So all of these, I simply just pull our loop over and now that's going to go the full 8 bars. Now let's double click, duplicate, and so in the next scene I want this one to play. along with the percussion. So I'll duplicate one of these and pull it down into this next scene. I can have this sound play the full 8 bars, but I want it to come in on the 5th. So this is where we select and select the first 4 bars and just erase them, but still have this loop start at 1. All right, so that's the basics on arrangement and some of the things you can do. Let me take you to the finished song, and I'll show you some other things that I did in the arrangement to make it more dynamic. Okay, now here is the finished song. You can see that I have renamed all of my scenes here, and I put the color on. You basically double click on it, hit rename, and you can put whatever name you want here. You can check this square and then you can choose a color, and I just put them all in order, and you hit OK. And so all my scenes are now colored and in order. And here are all my elements, minus the guitar. I'm going to leave the guitar out. I just did that on as a demonstration to show you how it was done. Now the arrangement bar, or the arrangement lane at the top, that's where once you get your scenes all in order in how you want them, you can pull them up to your arrangement here in the order that you want to. Now you don't have to do it like I did. I've just done 1 through 7 because I thought that would be an easy way to do the song. But you can repeat scenes. You can put them in whatever order that you want. I'll clear these. You just highlight them and pull them up to the arrangement lane in however order that you want them to play. So that is Sketch, a very fun sequencer available to all users of Pro Tools. If you haven't checked out Sketch like me, I had it for over a year and never played it because there's so many things in Pro Tools now that we can use. So this has been on my to-do list, and I'm so glad I did. I had a really good time over the last few days coming up with this and making this video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Take care.